Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started with this here. This is Jacob Melton live here with West Michigan Weather. And the National Weather Service in Grand Rapids has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern portions of Gratiot County. And this severe thunderstorm warning goes until 5:15 p.m. this afternoon. And this is primarily for, if I pull up the warning text here, this is primarily for the potential of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Although I will also note that they have the tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning. And what that means is that there is some rotation potentially being detected in this storm. And while it's not enough for there to be a tornado warning at this time, there is the potential for a brief tornado touchdown with this cell that we are watching as well. Again, no tornado warning right now, but that is something we are watching with this cell as well. Reading the warning text here at 4:28 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles to the south of Ithaca, and this storm is moving off to the east at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, again, is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts along with the potential for penny-sized hail, and this is radar indicated. And it is moving off to the east at around 25 miles per hour. Some locations impacted by this severe thunderstorm include North Star, the Ashley area, Parrington, the Pompey area, and Bannister. Precautionary preparedness actions, they are noting remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorm. If you spot a tornado, go at once into a basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. So again, we don't have a tornado warning right now, but just with that potential there, be ready to seek shelter if a tornado is spotted or if a tornado warning gets issued. We're currently on the how hard is it raining mode. Let's take a look at velocity real quickly here. And I am going to say if there is going to be any potential for a tornado, it is going to be, let me look at it from another source just to verify my thinking. If there is going to be any potential for a tornado, looking at storm relative velocity on my other source here, is going to be east of the Bridgeville area. That is where we're watching for the potential of a brief tornado. Again, we're not expecting long track, strong tornadoes or anything like that today, but just sometimes these storms can spin up something quick. That is what we're watching for here. And again, the best potential, I am going to highlight that, is going to be east of the Bridgeville area, near the Bagley Road area, East Taft Road, Ranger Road, over near Wilson Road, over towards Bannister. So again, that is where we're watching for the potential of some rotation that could potentially drop a brief tornado. Again, there's no tornado warning right now, but that is something we are watching, and that again is tracking off to the east. So heads up in the Bannister area down the line if you're near Ashley as well. Just be aware of that. I don't have any reports of anything to that going on of a possible tornado, but if anything else, the potential for strong damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour will also be possible, along with penny-sized hail as a possibility as well. We're going to go back to reflectivity here, and that's going to be heading into the Ashley area over the next several minutes, and towards Bannister as well. If you're in North Star, you are technically under the severe thunderstorm warning, but I think the strongest portion of this cell will be staying to your south. So like Buchanan Road, really south of Buchanan Road is where we're seeing the strongest part of this storm, strong track on through. Yeah, this storm is moving off to the east at around 25 miles per hour. So if you're in the Parrington area, this storm is off to your east. I know you're technically in the warning, but this storm is off to your east. If anything, maybe stay inside for just a couple more minutes in the event of a rogue lightning strike or something like that. But the worst of this storm is tracking off to the east. I will say we do have a broader special weather statement that is in effect for areas outside of the severe thunderstorm warning, and they are notating the potential for land spouts with this storm, which I think is part of the reason why they have a tornado possible for that severe thunderstorm warning. Some of these cells in this region could be producing land spouts. And all of these storms are also moving off to the east at around 25 miles per hour. So the Lakeview area, Edmore, McBride, over back towards Ithaca, although this cell's weakening. But really the Lakeview, Edmore, McBride, over towards the Vestaburg area and Cedar Lake. Six Lakes as well. Just keep an eye on this storm that's capable of producing gusty winds and maybe a land spout tornado. So we'll switch over to velocity, just see if I can see anything obvious. Not really anything super obvious with this one. There's a couple spots potentially, maybe southwest of the Edmore area and towards Six Lakes, over towards Lakeview. That if there's gonna be a land spout, be somewhere in here. I don't know why it keeps popping up again. I thought I had that resolved, but I'll take a look at that here as soon as we get this warning out of here. So again, going back to our Gratiot County storm, I should say southeastern portions of Gratiot County, where we continue with this severe thunderstorm warning for the next 35 minutes until 5:15. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern portions of Gratiot County, and this is primarily again for the potential 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Although we do continue with the tornado possible tag, where if we may have a brief spin-up tornado as well. Again, nothing that's immediately suggests a tornado threat with this, but we are watching some rotation behind the scenes, just southwest of the Ashley area. I will highlight it once again here. So southwest of the Ashley area is where we're watching this potential rotation. It's going to be heading towards the Bannister area over the next several minutes. And then eventually be out of the county and into southwestern portions of Saginaw County. Newest scan just coming in here. Again, we continue to monitor this potential rotation southwest of Ashley. Really, if you're along and south of 57, that is where this rotation really is. We are seeing maybe some near the Ashley area as well, up in here. Near Ashley as well, northwest, so over towards Garfield Road, Grant Road. Again, M50, oops, let me fix that. There we go. M57 or East Cleveland Road. And also Roosevelt, Ranger Road, down towards Wilson Road as well. We are seeing some signs of rotation in there. Again, nothing imminently suggesting a tornado threat. But what I will do actually is we'll just take a look real quickly at the debris tracker. Again, not seeing anything to suggest a tornado is on the ground with this. There is no tornado warning currently in effect, but there is some signs of weaker rotation that we are having to keep an eye on that could potentially drop a brief weak tornado. And this is near the Ashley area that we are watching this with the severe thunderstorm warning continuing for southeastern portions of Gratiot County again until 5:15 p.m. this afternoon. I'm going to take a look behind the scenes. It looks like they just updated the warning, so the Bridgeville, let me put this back on reflectivity here. If you're in the Bridgeville area, the Pompeii area over towards Perryton, you have been dropped from the severe thunderstorm warning now, as this storm is pushed off to your east. North Star, you are technically still in the severe thunderstorm warning, but this storm is also pushing off to your east. This is primarily a deal for the Ashley and Bannister areas at this time. Ashley, you're likely seeing some heavy downpours, potentially some gustier winds and lightning. Same goes for the Bannister area. And again, North Star, this storm's leaving you now, but do remain inside in case of any leftover ground lightning strikes. We are also watching this other storm, not currently severe warned, near the Edmore area. Lakeview, it is exiting now. just to your north, I should say. But Edmore, Six Lakes area, heaviest is off to your north and east. But Cedar Lake, Vestaburg, the Wyman area, over towards the Vestaburg State Game area and the Edmore State Game area. We are watching a strong but currently non-severe storm that may be capable of producing gusty winds and the potential for a brief landspout situation. Which landspouts, they're generally weak, they'll only cause minor damage, but still something you'll want to get inside for. And if you do see one with this storm. So again, taking a broader look at the situation here across West Michigan. These are the only storms that have flared up this afternoon in our coverage area so far. There's some others towards southeast lower and up to our north around Cadillac. But these are the ones we are really focusing on across our particular area, especially with the severe thunderstorm warning again in effect for southeastern portions of Gratiot County. I'm going to take a look behind the scenes here just to make sure there's no reports with us. That, and so far I'm not seeing any reports from this yet. Although, for those of you in southeast Gratiot County, if you do have any reports to pass along to us, if you're like in the Ashley area, North Star, or Bannister, or in southeastern portion, anywhere in southeastern portions of Gratiot County, if you do have reports to pass along to us, if you have any storm damage, or if you see something like a funnel or something to that effect, please do feel free to let us know. You can let us know here on social media in the chat. We are monitoring chat here, and we also have a website to where we can submit those reports. That is www.westmichiganweather.net/report. Again, that is www.westmichiganweather.net/report. And give me just a minute here. I'm gonna hop on Zello and hop on Zello of our rest of our team here. This is Jacob. Okay, thank you very much on that. I am clear on that. I appreciate that. So that was it's clear on that. Thank you. All right, so that was just Jonah communicating behind the scenes here that he is on the way to probably gonna not intercept our current severe warning storm, but probably this activity in northeastern portions of Montcalm County. We do have Jonah on the way to these storms just to kind of see what's going on with them. And again, these other storms are currently not severe across northern portions of Montcalm County, but we are watching for the potential of gusty winds up to around 40 miles per hour, along with the potential for a brief landspout. So we're going to go back to our severe thunderstorm warning. Again, in southeastern Gratiot County. Yep. 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 Thank you. Anyways, as Jonah was just mentioning to me, we have a new special weather statement in effect as well for far northeastern portions of Clinton County. for the potential of land spouts and wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Which so again, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts and land spouts across far northeastern portions of Clinton County. And this is for like the Duplain area, Shepherdsville, over towards Ovid, the Elsie area as well. This is not severe, but heavier rainfall, along with the potential for gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour and maybe a brief land spout tornado. So we're going to go to velocity again, take a look at the situation here. And I will say there is potentially something, if we're going to see any rotation, maybe a little bit near the Elsie area. But our primary focus continues to be with the severe thunderstorm warning storm. South of the Ashley area, that is where we're continuing to watch some signs of rotation. Near the Bannister area as well. I'll take a look at the other storm relative product. I am aware that this is a little bit lower resolution, but it does show some rotation there. Southeast of the Ashley area over towards Bannister. Again, nothing terribly strong, but that still could be enough to potentially drop a brief potentially land spout or land spout tornado type situation today with these cells. So again, Bannister, definitely best to be inside, preferably in that interior room, lowest floor away from windows of your sturdy structure. Ashley area, this is passing to you now. You're still likely seeing some gustier winds and probably some heavier rainfall and lightning. But our primary focus with this potential rotations near the Bannister area at this time. So if you're near the East Wilson Road area, the South Barry Road area, and eventually towards South Mason Road, that is where we'll be watching for this potential rotation over the next several minutes. Let's go back to reflectivity here. I will say Ashley, the worst part of this storm is now beginning to push off to your east. And I will say eventually that this will be heading out of the county and into Saginaw and portions of Shiawassee counties, where they do have a special weather statement as well. I know this is out of our coverage area, but in case we do have any viewers there in southern Saginaw and northern Shiawassee counties, there's a special weather statement now for the potential 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as these cells we have been watching across portions of Gratiot and southern Gratiot and northern Clinton counties continues to track off to the east into your area over the next several minutes. And I do think as this storm pushes out of the county, our severe thunderstorm warning technically goes for another 24 minutes. But I do suspect that as this storm continues to push out of the county, that will probably end up being let go a little bit early. And we are also continuing to watch our other non-severe storms across northern Montcalm County, now heading into portions of Isabella and Mecosta counties as well. These storms continue to be non-severe, but do carry the potential for wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour and the potential for a land spout tornado. Again, that is from just north of the Lakeview area towards Edmore, over towards the Vestaburg area. We'll take a look here at for any signs of rotation. I will say there's a couple spots I'm watching. One near there's the Vestaburg area we're watching, a few spots over towards the Edmore, Cedar Lake area, and also northeast of the Six Lakes area towards the Edmore State Game area. We are watching a few spots of potential weak rotation. Nothing extremely strong with this activity, but again, the potential is there for a brief land spout tornado. And in fact, newest scan just came in. There's a spot we're watching just south of the Vestaburg area, southwest of the Vestaburg area, near the Vestaburg State Game area, or Lake Montcalm Road Northeast. That is where we're watching. A little bit of rotation near the Carris Road area, eventually towards the Bollinger Road area. What is this one? Crystal Road as well. We are seeing some potential signs of rotation there. I will highlight that here, actually. That is where we're watching our potential rotation that could potentially drop a brief landspout tornado. Again, these will generally be weak in nature. They won't cause a ton of damage, but it could cause maybe some tree limbs to come down or something of that nature. So you'll definitely do want to be inside in a sturdy structure for these storms as they continue to move off to the east. So we'll go back to reflectivity here. And so again, if you're in, we'll go back to our severe thunderstorm warning. Although I will say the worst part, in fact, they just updated the severe thunderstorm warning again for a very, very small portion of Gratiot County for the next 21 minutes. Although I will suspect this will be canceled early, as the strongest portion of this storm is tracking off into Saginaw County, Saginaw and Shiawassee counties, I should say. But if you're especially east of Woodbridge Road or Mason Road, I should say, if you're near and east of the Bannister area, just continue to remain inside for the next several minutes. But the strongest portion of this storm is now tracking into portions of Saginaw and Shiawassee counties. I'll take one more look for any potential rotation. And I will say potentially a little bit of broad rotation, although I think most of it's now pushing to the east as well. There's potentially a little bit of rotation there north towards the M57 area, southeast of Ashley, towards the Roosevelt Road area. Maybe a little bit of broad rotation, but nothing extremely concerning to me. And this, again, will be pushing out of the county and into Saginaw and Shiawassee counties over the next several minutes. Let's go back to reflectivity here. And again, the strongest portion of this storm is now pushing out in the Saginaw and Shiawassee County towards the Chapin area, Fenmore, Carland. And now we'll continue to track east towards M52 corridor from Owasso up towards the St. Charles area. So again, we do continue with our severe thunderstorm warning for just a few more minutes near the Bannister area, although I suspect this will be canceled here early as this storm continues to push out of the county, out of Gratiot County and into Saginaw and Shiawassee counties. We also continue to monitor these non-severe storms that could be potentially producing some wind gusts up to around 40 miles per hour and maybe a brief landspout tornado that stretches from near the Altona area, Hall's Corner, back towards the Wyman area, over towards Vestaburg as well. As these continue to move off to the east, and it does look like they're picking up maybe a touch of northeast movement as well. We're going to take a look at velocity on these just to make sure we're not seeing anything extremely obvious. And I will say we're still watching northwest of Edmore potentially, towards the Wyman area potentially, and also continuing to monitor near the Vestaburg area. We are potentially seeing a little bit of rotation as well. So near the Vestaburg area over towards Riverdale and Elm Hall. If you're near Church Road, Lake Montcalm Northeast, Crystal Road, over towards Vestaburg Road and M46 as well. We are continuing to watch this. Some signs of rotation, nothing extremely strong, but still enough that a brief weak landspout tornado may be possible with this activity as well. So again, taking a general look across West Michigan, we are watching these storms that near the M46 corridor down to around the M57 corridor. That's what we're watching for the potential of some storms that are severe, although the strongest part of this storm, I will say, is tracking out of the county into Shiawassee and Saginaw counties, We are also watching some other non-severe storms across portions of Mecosta and Isabella counties down in the northern portions of Montcalm and northwestern Gratiot County. These storms are not severe at this time, but we are watching again for the potential 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and a brief landspout tornado will be possible as well. Again, we do have Jonah en route to these storms, and will help provide visual on what's going on the ground of these storms, and see if there's any landspouts or anything to that effect going on with these storms as well. We are also watching some other showers, not thunderstorms or anything like that, but also some showers heading onshore. For those of you that might be watching from the Muskegon area, over towards Grand Haven, Norton Shores, up to around the Whitehall area, looks like some shower activity might be moving into your area over the next little while. Nothing of significance, but just something we're seeing here on the radar. Over towards Port Sheldon as well, and down towards maybe Holland, you might see some raindrops over the next half hour or so as this activity starts to move onshore. But our primary focus continues to be our storms near the M46 down to the M57 corridor. Again, if you are in the Bannister area, you technically are still under a severe thunderstorm warning, but this storm's moving out and into Saginaw and Shiawassee counties, and I would expect this to be canceled here over the next several minutes, or potentially be allowed to expire. I'm just checking behind the scenes and make sure we don't have any. I still do not see any reports relating to this storm. But we're still watching that behind the scenes as well. Let me check with the weather service. Nothing new there either. But again, Bannister area, this storm is really cleared out now. Still remain inside for the next couple minutes. Just with a storm in the area, any rogue cloud to ground lightning strikes. Actually, it looks like they are allowing the severe thunderstorm warning to drop off now for they have canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Gratiot County, and the severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled. The storm which prompted the warning has weakened below severe limits and has exited the warned area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. However, lightning is still possible with this thunderstorm. So again, if you're in the Bannister area, you are now outside of a severe thunderstorm warning, and we have no active severe thunderstorm warnings now in effect across the area, but do just remain inside at least for the next few minutes. Let the storm get a little further out just so you don't get any rogue cloud around lightning strikes. But the severe threat is over for this area, at least for now. We will be monitoring some storm activity tonight that may bring some more severe weather to West Michigan. So taking one more look at the situation, we are continuing to watch these non-severe storms across portions of Montcalm and Gratiot counties for the potential of, again, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts and maybe a landspout tornado. We'll take one more look at velocity just to make sure we're not missing anything obvious. And taking a look behind the scenes, we are watching the area northwest of Edmore, pretty much near where Mecosta, Montcalm, and Isabella counties meet. Southwest County Line Road there, and North County Line Road, pretty much where the triple point of Montcalm, Mecosta, and Isabella counties. That is where we're watching a little bit of rotation. Northeast of the Six Lakes area there. That is where we're watching just a little bit of rotation. Nothing extremely strong, but still that could drop a weak landspout. Could cause some minor damage. And we're also watching there west of the Vestaburg area over towards Cedar Lake. Perhaps a little bit more of that weak rotation as well. Again, nothing super significant with this activity, but you could still drop a brief weak landspout tornado and the potential for gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour. So, given we don't have any active severe thunderstorm warnings, I am going to back off from this live stream at this time, given there are no active warnings, but active severe warnings. But we are still watching behind the scenes, watching these storms with the landspout potential. And if we get any new warnings, whether it be a severe thunderstorm or a tornado warning, we will be back with you live until the danger is over. So again, if you're in northern Montcalm County, southern Isabella County, southeastern Mecosta County, and northwestern Gratiot County especially, do continue to remain inside and let these storms pass on by. And if you do happen to see a land spout, feel free to report it to us or the National Weather Service. If you want to report it to us, you could do that through our social media platforms or also on our website at www.westmichiganweather.net/report. And then if also, I will mention, this is completely optional. We will never require this for severe weather coverage or anything like that here at West Michigan Weather. But if you do want to optionally donate and support our efforts here at West Michigan Weather, you can do that at www.westmichiganweather.net/donate. Again, that's completely optional, but if you want to help support our efforts here at West Michigan Weather, we welcome that and we greatly appreciate it. Feel free to like and share the stream as well. Help get us out there to more of West Michigan. And if you're on YouTube, feel free to subscribe there and follow us on Twitch as well. Also, feel free to like and follow our pages on social media. We're on Facebook, X, Instagram as well. Pretty much most of the mainstream social media platforms. So, again, we are still watching these storms behind the scenes, and we will be back with you live here as if any new warnings are issued. So, and Jeff Marks in the YouTube chat mentions, good thing my county don't have any watches at all. Well, that is a good thing, but sometimes these storms can also misbehave without a watch, but that is a good thing. It means things shouldn't get too out of hand here, at least right now. I will go ahead before I go here. Let's go to composite. We are watching some storms off to our west, back across Wisconsin, Iowa, down into Missouri. Be tracking into Illinois, where we have severe thunderstorm and even tornado warnings in southwest Wisconsin. These storms we're going to have to watch down the line, especially heading towards tonight. I will say models, honestly, in the summertime, most models have this weakening before it gets here. But models honestly struggle a little bit during the summertime, so we will just have to watch this activity as it pushes off to the east, and be aware that we do have the potential for strong and severe thunderstorms tonight as well. In fact, I'll pull up the severe weather outlook. Again, our southwest Michigan areas, basically from Grand Rapids, Grand Haven, Holland, Benton Harbor, over towards Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, you do remain under a slight risk of severe weather. That is this yellow shading. And that is primarily for the potential of damaging wind gusts up to around 60, maybe 70 miles per hour. Again, this would primarily be tonight that we would be watching for this potential. And then tornado potential. We do continue with a 2% tornado risk, which does extend somewhat into our special weather statement there for the land spout potential. Okay, thank you. Given there's no active severe warnings, I'm probably gonna wrap this stream up here momentarily, but thanks for the update with that and keep me updated. Yep, you got it. Clear. Anyways, I was just communicating behind the scenes, but again, Jonah is approaching our strong thunderstorms here in the Montcalm and in the portions of Mecosta and Isabella counties. We'll be getting some ground truth from these storms as well. But back to what we were talking about here. The potential is there for a brief weak tornado as well. and maybe some smaller hail as well. But again, that is on a lower end threat. So again, if we're going to see severe weather tonight, that is likely going to be primarily in southwest lower, has the best chance, but we will be watching across the rest of the area as well, depending on what happens with this line as it continues to move off to the east as I go back to composite. So, alright. We're going to go ahead and wrap this stream up now, given we have no active warnings in the West Michigan weather coverage area. We are monitoring things behind the scenes, and we'll be back with you live if anything new pops up. And even tonight, if depending on what happens with these storms. So this is Jacob Melton live here with West Michigan Weather. Thanks for tuning in. Remember again to like and share this stream, or follow and like our page so you can be made aware if we do stream again, and also get our updates that we will be posting on this potential throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. So this is Jacob Melton for West Michigan Weather. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe out there, remain weather aware, and I'll catch you guys later.